Hey, good morning, everyone. Let me make sure that everything is up and connected. Give people a few more minutes to pop in if they need to. If you're ready to get started, besides our regular just prop that we have of a blanket, you will want to get a glass of water today. We'll need it. This is a humongous glass. This is only 8 ounces of water. So just your normal glass of water, we'll need that before we do the meditation today. Otherwise, it's going to be the only thing you're going to need besides just a little space to park your bum for the meditation. So this class is going to be shorter than normal. Again, we're trying to whittle it down a little bit, kind of make these classes a little bit more consumable for the time that we've got going on, especially with an online class setting. So we'll be doing 40 minutes today. So we'll take some of the foundations that we've been doing in previous weeks, bring that in for some of the body work to prep our body before we get into the meditation, and then we'll teach you a totally new meditation today. And our theme is how to get off the emotional roller coaster. And I wanted to bring this up and I wanted to talk about this again, just to try to meet the moment of what we're faced with right now. We're going through a lot of changes. Things are changing from day to day. We have a lot of unknowns. It's a lot to deal with as far as trying to plan, trying to set that foundation. It's putting a different strain on relationships that we have in our life. It's impacting how we're interacting with each other day to day. And so it's just something that I think that we can take a moment to think on. I had a situation yesterday that reminded me of me in a past life, is what it seems like. I mean, this was a few years ago, but whenever you make changes, it kind of seems like, okay, that was another lifetime ago. But I had this interaction with a coworker yesterday, and they were very rattled by something that had happened in their day, an interaction that they had had with another person. And in the midst of this discomfort, they were really coming to a place where they needed to recreate the story and tell the story and sort of have an audience of as many people as possible in order to make themselves feel better. That's what they felt that they needed at the time. It made me think back to when I have been that person. And so I invite you to also think about, like, one, have you noticed this behavior before in other people? And two, have you noticed it in yourself? Because when we do this, it can be a bit of what I like to call playing emotional hot potato. Because we have this interaction, something threw us for a loop. Someone either betrayed us, they acted differently than we expected them to. Maybe we felt they disrespected us, or just didn't quite live up to our expectations of the moment, and that's okay. But what happens then is we're so unsettled, we're so thrown for a loop that we really feel like what we need in the moment is just to not feel whatever those feelings are anymore. And so we can offload it into other people. We can grab for food or drugs or other things to just kind of forget and numb out, instead of thinking of what do I really need in this moment, without harming other people, right? Because when you just emotionally dump and someone's not ready for it, what can they really do with that information, right? So thinking about these things, Harriet Lerner wrote a book called The Dance of Anger. And this book has done wonders for me, because it talks about when you're feeling all of these things and you've got the emotions and the ego is saying, okay, here's what happened and they shouldn't have done this. And can you believe this person even said this? rather than playing the story in the mind over and over again, because you can go through those ups and downs. That's the roller coaster, right? You go through those ups and downs, you feel those things, you replay that story, and you start to get stuck in that loop. And every time you retell the story, you're stuck in that loop again. And it's almost as if you're feeling it again. And those emotions are coming up. It starts to impact your breathing. It starts to impact the chemicals that are running through your body. And again, you get stuck on this place where you can't quite ever get off. So Harriet says, whenever you're getting into that place and you're noticing that you're spiraling, or you're noticing that your breathing is different, taking a moment to just sit and say, okay, what is it that I really need? And what is it that I can give myself right now? So that's what we're going to focus on today. Because more often than not, what our bodies need to function is just a little bit more oxygen and a little bit of water. So we're going to focus on that today. We're going to really start to work on an awareness practice that focuses on breaking the habit of ignoring the breath. So whenever those moments come up, you may notice that the breath leaves you. The breath may start to get a lot more shallow and short, and you're depriving yourself of oxygen during that time. So something to consider, something to focus on during today's practice. Hopefully you've got your water ready. So we'll go ahead and get settled in, get in a comfortable cross-legged position before we tune in with the Adi mantra. Again, we chant 3 times, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. And again, just like when these emotional things come up, we're asking for, rather than the ego that wants to tell me all of these stories and blame people and call people names and just kind of not believe the reality that we're faced with. The Adi mantra says, hey, you know what? I'm calling on that divine wisdom. I'm calling upon that ability, that creative force that's able to turn this darkness into light, able to show me something that was there that I wasn't seeing before. So again, we're breaking the habit of ignoring things that are right in front of us. So go ahead and bring yourself into a comfortable cross-legged position. Close your eyes, bring the gaze to the third eye. Connect with the breath here. So inhaling deeply, feel the belly pull out, feel the ribs widen. Exhale completely, lengthen through the spine. Feel that belly push in and up. Really empty the lungs on the exhale. Continue here. Sticking with your breath. Focusing on the rhythm, the rise, the fall. Doing a mental scan of your body to notice where you're hanging on to any tension. With each exhale, noticing where you can soften a little more into this meditative posture. On your next inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, roll them down and back so they sit just a little lower than before. Again, noticing where you're grounding through the floor. You feel your sit bones connecting, sides of your foot. Again, with each inhale, feel the ribs widen. Exhale, feel yourself lengthen through the spine as you rise. Take a few moments here to rub the palms together briskly at heart center, creating some activating energy, focusing in here on the intention for today's practice, and focusing on connecting to the breath, getting off of that emotional roller coaster, breaking habits. When you have your intention, find stillness at heart center. Press those palms together just lightly. Feel the knuckles of the thumbs press against the sternum. Chest is lifted. Chin is slightly down and back. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Pull up on root lock to squeeze the anal sphincter, sex organs. Visualize that energy radiating from the base of the spine up through the crown of the head. Before it's uncomfortable, exhale slowly through the nose. Bring the hands down to the knees or down to the ground if you'd like. That's a little bit more grounding for you. Keep the gaze inward and upward just for a moment. Focus in here on the space that you've created. Again, scan the body. Notice where you still may be hanging on to any tension. And also take a moment to see where you may already have breathed into a little bit of expansion. Good. So now we'll move into the warm-up. We just want to warm up the body a little bit before we get into our Kriya. So again, stay in this cross-legged position. You know, we're going to start with a little bit of spinals. So moving forward, we want to rotate the heart around the bottom of the spine. So as we rotate forward, we inhale, rotate backwards, we exhale. Choose any position that you like, because we'll go in the opposite direction in a moment. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. You can move as fast or as slow as the breath wants to go today. Your circles may be wider than mine. They may be smaller than mine. Work with your own flexibility here. Good. On your next exhale, take a moment to pause and then begin rotating in the opposite direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Feeling that movement really in the lower spine. Beginning to loosen up the hips a little bit. Still feeling that breath coming deep from the belly, deep from the diaphragm. Good. Begin to make those circles smaller and smaller until you come to a neutral place at center. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. From here, put the hands resting onto the shins, again in that cross leg position for spinal flex, or it's also called riding the camel. So we're going to flex that bottom spine forward on the inhale, rocking backwards on the exhale, getting a little bit of a bend here. Again, moving with the breath here, inhaling forward. This movement's really good to start your flexibility first thing in the morning. There's one little movement that you can do. It would be this one, or cat-cow is very good to get that flexibility going. I don't have a chart handy at the moment, but if you take a look at the anatomy, all of your nerve endings, everything that connects to your brain to give it signals, everything that your brain connects to send out different chemicals into your body, it's all connected to your spinal cord. So that spine, that cerebral spinal fluid that is swimming in, it's all super important to how the mind and the body functions. So giving it a little bit of stimulation in the morning, powering the breath through it can really get you started on a good day of functioning from a place of wellness. Good. Inhale deeply to center. Exhale completely. We'll do one more to open up the shoulders just a little bit. So bring the hands on top of the shoulders, fingers facing forwards, thumbs are in the back. Again, we're going to use the breath here. So keep those elbows parallel. We're going to inhale as we turn to the left. Exhale as we turn to the right. And we're just getting this movement from the rib cage here. It's a very controlled movement. You may feel a little snap, crackle, pop here. Again, just be mindful of what your actual flexibility is, how much your space wants to move today. We don't want to force anything. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, let the arms come down. Let your feet spread out in front of you. Give yourself a little bit of a stretch before we move into the Kriya. We're going to be doing Sat Kriya, which we introduced last week in the video with the meditation for global healing. So if you are first timer to that one, or you want a little bit more in-depth explanation, go back and check that one out. What we're going to do is move on to rock pose. So that is sitting on the top of the heels, moving that flesh out from beneath your bum. It should feel like you're sitting on rocks. That's why it's called rock pose. If your knees are tight, you may want to put a little bit of a blanket underneath to give yourself some cushion. And again, we're going to let the breath power us through on this one. So again, we're working back to breaking the habit of ignoring the breath here. So the arms are going to come lifted above the head. The fingers are interlaced, index fingers pointing up, thumbs are crossed. Let the arms hug the sides of the head. Rotate the elbows and the armpits inward. And begin chanting from here. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat nam, set, 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 nam. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath, pull up on your block. Visualize that energy spiraling from the base of the spine, up through the chest, through the crown of the head, all the way up through the fingertips. And before it's uncomfortable, exhale through the nose. Bring the arms down. Come off with the heels. Take a moment here if you need to stretch out the legs, the feet at all, if you need to shake out the arms. Take a moment to tend to your body. Let the breath do whatever it wants. No need to control it at the moment. Just let it regulate itself. We're going to move into our meditation. So that Kriya was it. Sat Kriya is a complete Kriya. It really helps to warm up the body, to take all of that energy from the lower triangle, move it around, get it transformed so that it's not hanging out in the body. We never want to do meditation if we can help it. We never want to do meditation with a lot of tension still in the body, because what's going to happen? Your brain's going to tell you, oh, my nose itches. Oh, I need to get up. Oh, I need to do this thing. Oh, here are all of these things in my to-do list that I still need to do. We can get the body to relax just a little bit and get some of that tension out. Move it with the breath, move it with the navel pumping. It really sets you up to just be in a place to kind of sit and stay. And again, we want to stay with, when we're going through that roller coaster, when those things are going through the up and down, when you feel those things. Sometimes it may not even feel like this. It may just feel like maybe just something's heavy and something's just kind of sitting under the surface and we don't quite know what it is. Again, asking your body, okay, what do I need? And giving it to you. So grab your glass of water now before we do the meditation. We're going to try to get in 8 ounces. We can do like a chug cheer if you want. Cheers, but go ahead and drink some water now. This is just going to help the system. The way that we do the meditation, it's going to be stimulating the lymph nodes a little bit. So this is just going to help to keep everything sort of flushed. So get your water. And today we're going to do this meditation for 3 minutes. If you want to practice it for 3 minutes, you can actually move up to a maximum of 11 minutes, but 3 minutes is really good for beginners. 3 minutes is a great amount of time for any sort of meditation, if you can get it in. That's actually 2 rounds of all of your blood cells, all of your cells traveling through your body. So you get a nice little two system reset just by getting in 3 minutes, which is great. All right, so we've got our water. We're returning to our breath. This one cracks me up a little bit because it reminds me of Molly Shannon's character from Superstar. So what we're going to do is take our hands. They're going to go underneath the armpits here. I don't know, Superstar thing going on. The shoulders are going to come all the way up towards the ears, but the neck stays relaxed. So figure out that little thing, how that works. It's interesting to try to focus on certain muscle groups of what you're going to engage and what you're going to relax. But this is essentially all we're going to do. So hands underneath the armpits, shoulders up towards the ears. The eyes are closed, but there's no specific drishti. And we're just going to breathe. So we'll begin here. What I want you to do is focus on riding the wave of that breath. So as you do this, because you're creating tension in your body, there are going to be thoughts that automatically pop up. And rather than going on that ride, rather on creating the story and staying on that roller coaster, I want you to imagine that you have a copy of yourself and you're actually standing on the ground watching yourself ride that roller coaster and you're just witnessing it. So you have the one side of you that's witnessing you on the ride, and then you have the other part of you that's kind of on the ride and still wants to be on the ride. So the part of you that's on that ride, just sort of ride the wave of the breath. You're going to connect yourself to the breath. So when you're inhaling, you're focusing on widening those ribs. You're focusing on all of these areas that your breath is supplying more oxygen to, all the different areas that's going to flow through your bloodstream, flow through your lungs, flow through your veins. And on the exhale, still riding with that wave, see what you can let go of. See what tension can be released from the body. Never falling away from the breath. Inhaling, staying with the breath. Exhaling, staying with that breath. Letting the breath be a facilitator for you visualizing where all of the different areas of your body are going to receive this. We're almost there. Just a few more breaths. You got this. Good. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Bring those shoulders down. Shake them out if you need to. Do a little bit of neck rolls. If that was a little bit tense, it does take a little bit of practice to figure out how do I tense and relax at the same time, right? Again, we're building upon that awareness between mind and body. Okay, you made it. So now let's get the relaxation in. We're going to take a few minutes to lie down onto our back. So let your feet spread as wide as your mat. Let your arms fall away from the sides of your body, palms facing up. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. Take a moment now just to relax the breath, rest, sinking into your support on the ground, letting all of this energy circulate through your body of the work that you've done today. So relax the tops of the feet, the ankles, calves, knees and thighs. As you relax your breath, relax your belly, relax the lower back, the ribs, the chest. Relax your hands, relax your elbows and shoulders. Relax the neck, relax the jaw so that there's space between the teeth. The muscles on the face, the eyes behind the eyelids, brow, forehead, scalp are all at ease. Even now, in relaxation, your mind may be racing. Again, take a moment to just ride that wave of your breath. Let it anchor you through the thoughts. Slowly begin to deepen your breath as you return back to your body in this moment in time and space. Invite tiny movements into your fingertips and toes. Begin to rotate the feet around the ankles, the hands around the wrists, in all directions. Your next inhale, bring the feet together, bring the arms up overhead. Give yourself a full body stretch, just like you're waking up in the morning. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug, rock from side to side. Still keeping the muscles on the face relaxed. Giving those kidneys and adrenals a little massage. And from here, rub together the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet. Rub the tongue along the roof of the mouth. And from here, you can either roll over to one side and push yourself up, or rock and roll along the spine at least 3 times to come to seated. Again, we're stimulating that spine, trying to send good signals to all of those nerve endings. And now we will end our practice with the Long-Time Sunshine song, reconnecting to our intention for today. So take a moment here, bring those palms in at heart center, bring the gaze up to the third eye. Take a moment to reconnect with your intention for today's practice. Today we'll be focused on getting off of that emotional roller coaster. We focused on breaking the habit of ignoring the breath and how to just ride that wave. Think of any peace and blessings that you have for yourself, anyone in your life, anyone you have yet to meet. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And inhale to sing. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be holy. May we ride the wave of the breath. May we connect to the breath. May we find that union between mind and body so that we get off of the emotional roller coaster. Sat Nam. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope that this 40-minute condensed version serves you well. You can always return back to just this 3 minutes, getting your water, getting your breath. I hope to see all of you soon. I miss seeing everyone in person. I miss following up and chatting before and after. And yeah, take care.